Hey filmmaker, Chung here. If you are interested in anamorphic lenses, there is a company in China building or making or working on a anamorphic lens, and this lens will be called the HUILENS. The company that's making it is called MAstudio MA. It is, I'm not quite sure if it's really a company or just a single person right now building a lens and trying to produce it, but the main thing is I found some information of it online on Bilibili, which is their Chinese social media platform. So this lens will be a 50mm T1.9 with a 1.8x squeeze, and it will cover the sensor of Super 35 or APS-C. So it will also become or be in the taste of like Canon EF mount and PL, and this is a very quite interesting lens because they are targeting it to be like much more affordable than compared to what is right now on the market. So the price of it isn't really posted online where I could see, but somebody told me that the price would be around 10,000 Hong Kong dollars, which is roughly around like 1,300 to 1,500 US dollars. So this price is actually quite affordable if you compare to what is right now on the market. So this HUILENS, it will be really competing with the likes of SR Magic and Phase, and of course be much more easier on your wallet. So from SR Magic we have of course the 50mm T2.9 with a 2x squeeze. However, the price of this lens is 2,599 US dollars, which is quite expensive, and it only comes in Micro Four Thirds mounts. So this is a lens that you can't really use on that many kind of cameras. Well, you have from Phase, you have the 40mm T2 with a 1.8x squeeze. However, this is even more expensive, being at 3,250 US dollars, and this lens is actually available in the Canon RF mount and in Micro Four Thirds. Well, it is a little bit more usable, but it is also not available to use on like a lot of cinema cameras. So with the HUILENS using the EF mount and PL mount, you can use it on much more cinema cameras, and also like the Ursa and also the Airy, especially with the PL mount. So you can have it on like really professional cameras instead of just on mirrorless cameras. Talking about being an affordable anamorphic lens, we have to talk about Tsuen. Tsuen right now have a really nice set of lenses which is very affordable, but those are a 1.33x squeeze, which isn't very anamorphic in look when you're filming with it. However, it does give you the squeeze, but yeah, the bokeh just isn't there. So what you do mainly get with those lenses is like a really nice sharp image, but also like the anamorphic lens flare. Right now I am using a 1.33x squeeze, but not from a Tsuen, but from a really old adapter, but you can at least see like that lens flare. So you can see that cool lens flare, and I am really using a 1.33x squeeze anamorphic lens, and you don't really see much of that anamorphic effect behind me though. But the main thing, with the HUILENS having that 1.8x squeeze, give you a much more of that scratch or much more oval bokeh in the background, which have a much better anamorphic look than compared to the Tsuen. And yeah, the price of course be more than the Tsuen, but yeah, it is not that overly expensive. Other information about the HUILENS 50mm T1.9 is that it will have a minimum focus of either 60 centimeters or 80 centimeters. Right now I'm not quite sure, on the images it has like 60 centimeters, but they write on the blog post like 80 centimeters. I'm not quite sure which is the correct one, because they're still figuring out the prototype and doing like final changes on the lens still. But the main thing is if that isn't close enough for you, you can still add a diopter to the lens because it will have a 82mm front fret. And also, if you are talking about the focus, we also can talk about the focus throw of this lens, which will be 180 degrees, which isn't that much for a cinema lens. However, personally for me, I don't really mind it being this short, especially making it easier to quickly rec focus. But if you are using a follow focus and you really want to precisely focus, it might be a little bit more difficult, but you could change something on your follow focus to make it a little bit easier. But also, if you want to read off the markers on the lens, it's on one side it's meters and on the other side it has the feet markers. So last October they were at 80% of finishing this lens, and they already have made a prototype and test footages filmed and placed online. There'll be links in the description below to those test footages and also a blog post about this lens. And yeah, if you are interested in it, make sure to support him. And also, they already have plans for their next lens, which will be an 85mm T2.9 with a 1.8x squeeze, which will be for full frame. And yeah, hopefully that one will be also at a nice affordable price. And yeah, the release, or actually when they start selling the 50mm T1.9, they have a target of being in October this year. So hopefully we'll see much more information during this year, and we'll see a final version in October this year. And yeah, hopefully also I'm quite interested in this lens and enable me maybe to get hands on one of these. So yeah, if you have any questions about this, please leave it in the comment section here below. And while you're there, please hit the like and subscribe button, which I will really appreciate. And if you want to see more videos, there'll be videos popping up right now that you can click on. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.